The door was fake, and apparently it was there to teach us to step backwards to leave the cave, and we left the cave, and we are in what may be my head. I am not sure. The image of Perisseau with my handwriting on it and the whispers from him as my servant in a way. Well, we found ourselves, or some versions of ourselves, and we managed to defeat them, even though I nearly killed myself in the process. And now a steel predator stands before us, but it has the voice of Perisseau and stands in front of 3 doors. I know not whether we are going to fight or receive guidance for what happens next. I'm scared. Time for Dungeon Dads.
Heroes rise, heroes fall. I see 'em on the front line, standing tall. They're risking life and limb to answer the call. But what they fighting for? Don't know, don't care. Just along for the ride, but everyone must stand.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. You are listening to Dungeon Dads, Every War Must End. As always, I'm your DM, Tom Blaylock, and I'm joined as ever, as always, as per usual, Sam Frank playing Schnobik the Bastard. What's up, Sam?
Glad to be here, man. Just smoking some toe-rolled cigarettes and ready to get it on.
That's weird.
They're slightly funky.
That's weird. Tim Carr playing Filnyr Omajira. What's up, Tim?
Not much, just holding on to that slightly psychotic piece of brain.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. It's getting so weird now. It was so normal until this episode. And John Watson playing Ionus Schnobik, the wizard. What's up, John?
Hey, man, hanging out with my favorite dads on the day of the dad.
That's true. Oh yeah,
Happy Father's Day, fellas.
Happy
Father's
Father's
Day. All
Day.
the listener fathers.
It's where I'm sure this is like 2 weeks late for them, but it's cool.
Yeah.
It was a good day for us.
You know, if you're a father figure in somebody's life, thank you.
Thank you.
And you're welcome.
Yes, and you're welcome. Okay,
so,
Maui.
So at the end of last episode, I don't want to give too much away here, except to say
They listen to it, Tom. There's nothing to give away.
all three of you have ascended the Gilbrain. Now, you don't necessarily know what ascension means yet, but you do know that lots of characters, lots of people throughout this adventure, people you've met, have had this as a goal of theirs. And it isn't like Zen enlightenment. It's not like, before ascension, chopping wood, gathering water. After ascension, chopping wood, gathering water. It's not like that. But you do need to figure out what it is that has happened. I'm not going to play a lot of like weird fuck games with you guys. Perisseau and Competent, the is in the body of the steel predator. That is him. And through mental connection, even to Ionus, who wears the ring, and Schnobik, who has some kind of protection. I don't remember how you protect yourself against this. But both of you and Filnyr, all of you, you suddenly understand what the doors are, and you understand the rules of this particular subplane. And the rules are this. Each of you has a door that leads to an antechamber. You can go in and out of that antechamber as much as you want. What is on the other side of the door is going to be real, as though the universe will be warped by the wish spell. You can only go through that door once. Ascension gives you a one-time get out of jail, get out of wherever, whatever you're in. The antechamber is sort of a holding area for what you want to take with you. through the door. All three of you now know that by taking your finger and drawing on any surface, you can draw a door to your personal antechamber. Inside this world, inside the Gilbrain, outside of it, you just trace your finger and think of your antechamber in the shape of a door. Draw a little doorknob or a handle, whatever you see in your mind. Reach out, take it, grab it, and open it, and you can go there. Paraso is giving you this information through mental osmosis. Ask me any question you want about it, and he will answer you to the best of his ability.
Do we know about time lapse?
Ask me in another way. I'm not sure I understand what you're.
Are we running out of time now that we've ascended? Are thousands of years going by in the Gilbrain? Or is our antechamber an area where if we go in, we lose time?
So this realm in Filnyr's head, which is where you are,
Mm-hmm.
holds the same time as the Gilbrain.
Because it is the heart of the Gilbrain.
Yes.
But when we go through the doors, we are no longer in the stone in Filnyr's head.
In your antechamber, you are.
And
In your antechamber, you will be. But once you go through the door, wherever it is that you choose to go,
so the doors in front of us are a door into the antechamber, and then there's another door in there that will take us out.
that's right. And you understand that. Now you can go in and out of the antechamber anytime you want.
Sure. But then the other door, we're out
You're out.
and can't get back.
That's correct.
Sorry, I'm taking up all the time. I know the plane shift spell,
Yes.
but I know intrinsically that will not work.
That will work to get here where
Okay.
you are.
Okay.
That will
Okay.
work to get to your antechamber as well.
Okay.
Think of it as a little mini personal plane,
It's a little demiplane
a little demiplane
that I can just draw with my fingers.
that follows the rules of the
Gilbrain.
Gilbrain.
Okay. Interesting.
And as Paraso is sort of giving you this knowledge, and in a way, you're sort of just it's not through voice. It's very much just psychic connection that he has with you. But his consciousness reaches out to Filnyr and says, Filnyr, I have a very, how you say, my request is that you let me go.
What has been your purpose here?
To keep anyone who ascends from leaving and using the door. You are the first, and only you three. No one has ever made it this far before.
Forgive me if this is rude, but how was it that you came to ascend?
I have not ascended.
But you manifested in the Gilbrain. It was months ago, some time ago.
Very interesting. I have been trying to leave for a very long time. Maybe my spirit has somehow split and entered another plane. It has happened before.
Spirit split.
This place has great power, as you know.
Do you know where these doors go? Not these doors to our antechambers, as you've told us, but the ones beyond.
All that I know is that when you go, you go. I have never been able to have a door of my own, and I cannot go through these doors.
I am going to Because we're asking questions through osmosis. We can do that mentally without anyone else hearing, correct?
It's weird. Probably. I mean, you're not hearing anything except a direct connection to Paraso and Capital. Like you're just connected.
Okay. So once I know what the antechambers are and once I know where we are, I'm going to mentally ask Paraso, who are you? And who is Filnyr? And what is your connection?
I am. I was an elf, but I was sent here by great power many millennia before the humans and the elves and even the illithids came. I was here before.
But how do you know Filnyr?
When I say here, I was in the Gilbrain.
In the stone inside Filnyr's brain.
I was in the place that you would now call Monterre.
Did you know Filnyr before you came here?
Yes.
What is your connection?
I thought he was a cook. And then one day I cannot describe. It was like he saw me kill a man and he was very upset. And he pulled me as though with a string. And I do not know how, but he put me here. And then he appeared to me and he said I was now captain of the guard of this place.
A god of elves?
Captain of the guard.
Guarding the realm.
Guarding the doors out of the realm.
Yes, I give people compelling things that will make them go back and make it all make sense to them. If they have made it here, no one has. But the idea was that layer upon layer upon layer of gifts that will return sanity. I understand it is a lot to handle to know that you are in a place that was created by a mortal.
I don't think mortality is what makes this place strange.
I don't know what's strange anymore.
Were I to desire going back to the Gilbrain, do I just walk backwards?
Keep walking backwards. Occasionally you should walk forwards, and then you can take all the golds that you want, if that is what you want.
Walk forward and take all the gold that I want?
Or whatever it is that you need. You can see what you desire, and you can take what you desire. And that is what the kings of Hawk City have done, generation after generation.
They use this space.
Not here. Some other place. That one went there, and that other one went there. Filnyr, you did not go there. You cannot go.
I cannot go where? I'm sorry.
To the place of gifting. It's a place of, it is a place where you get what you need and want.
I guess I need for nothing and want for nothing.
Schnobik, you're being oddly quiet.
It's been so long since I got what I wanted. I'm going to trace the pattern for my antechamber on
Okay.
the rock.
Yep. It's there.
I'm going to step into it.
Okay. So you guys see Schnobik trace his finger, and then you see that just ever so, it's almost like a a small distortion. And he sort of moves his arm as though he's opening up a door, but you can't see it. And he walks in and he disappears, and he is not there anymore. Schnobik, you are in this room, and the door, as promised, is there in front of you. It's about a 40 by 60 foot space. As you think things, they appear. So, a rug on the ground, a suit of armor, perhaps.
Bath of milk.
A bath of milk is there. It's essentially you have control over the vision room that you went into before. So this is like the holodeck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am going to give a longing look at the door on the other end of the antechamber. And then I am going to walk back out to Filnyr and Ionus.
Yep. You walk back out, and he reappears to you, fellas.
We have what we came here for. Now it's time to finish our unfinished business.
I always took you for a completionist, Schnobik.
I like to get all the achievements.
Platinum has
did you
always
just-
been my favorite metal.
What did you just see, Schnobik?
Draw your own. See for yourself.
I'm going to draw my door.
All right. And
Oh,
tell me what it looks like.
it is a very elegant door made of the finest wood that has been stained. It's a door with a great gloss to it. It looks like it's part of one of the better mansions in Monterre. But it also has a symbol of fire on it, my favorite element. And I see it and I walk through.
You walk into your antechamber.
I walk into the antechamber.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you go in, and it's the same thing that happened with Schnobik. It's like, for a moment, it's this sort of blank space, 60 by 40, and as you imagine things, they begin to appear.
So as I've been here, it's been nagging at me that my road was supposed to take me to Braintown, and I wanted to do something with those buildings.
Yeah.
And because I desperately need 100,000 gold.
Okay.
And so that's what I keep imagining. It's like if I could just get back and get that 100,000 gold.
So the room begins to expand, and it's not a comfortable space, but it's becoming a vault full of gold.
I just start
Everywhere.
looking around in amazement.
There's gold. Yes. It's stacked up. It's spilling off of things. It's like there's no way you can spend all of this gold. There's no way. And it almost gets to the point for you. You know, it's sort of like an apartment on the 100th floor of a of a sky rise. Like, there's a moment when it's this view of this gold is so beautiful, and within seconds you're inoculated to it. Like, you don't even, it's almost like what is the point of any gold? That is the
Mhm.
sort of revelation that you are having when you're surrounded by the thing, this thing that you have
Mhm.
wanted for so long.
Mhm.
And it is kind of painful, this realization for all the reasons that you can probably imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And the room just keeps expanding, and you can see further and further out new rows of gold and treasure out more and more and more.
I just look and with all the knowledge that I've gleaned, I just kind of shake my head. I walk back out.
All right. And he reappears, fellas.
What did you see?
I saw folly.
Folly.
Well, I mean, the room grants you whatever you would like. But honestly, half the things I would have wanted, I don't even know what the point is anymore.
Did it seem safe?
It seemed so to me. Did you see a door when I drew it?
No.
Then apparently no one can get there but me.
It was in your head, perhaps.
Did John bring any gold out with him?
I don't know. Did you, John?
I didn't.
No.
Wait, go back and grab something. Just make sure it comes out.
I can do that at any time.
It's a whole different kind of bag of holding, baby.
Yeah.
It's a bag of imagination.
Right. I'll just say if you really want to see, I'll draw the door and I'll open it and hold it open. They still don't see anything.
They cannot see into your room.
So I reach in and I grab
Thank
some
God,
gold.
finally some privacy.
Yeah.
Right. I reach in and grab some gold pieces and pull
Yeah,
them out.
and he pulls out some gold, and it's in his hand.
I said I had a momentary relapse and just went back to my old self and thought of the wealth that I once had and the wealth that I was after when we went after the mine and when we went to Greentown and how expensive some of my new spells are, and the room just started expanding and expanding and expanding and was just filled with gold. And the room made room and more room and more room.
So it changed.
It did to accommodate whatever my desire was.
I believe we have accomplished all we dreamed we would here.
Well, there's a third door.
Give me a moment. Give me a moment, if you would. I draw my doorknob. Open the door.
You have extreme deja vu as you draw this door. And as you open the door and you traverse this threshold, you walk into something that has been here for a very long time. It is there's a stream that is running from a very small waterfall. It looks very much like the place where you saw the Goblin Market the first time, or where you avoided the Goblin Market the first time.
Just can't let that go.
I can't let it go. I cannot let it go. It's so terrible. I cannot let it go. 3 years later.
And he can't hold it back anymore.
I can't. Sort of, there's this like mossy rock that's super, looks like you could just take a nap on it. And you see the shape of a man walking over the rock, and he looks over his shoulder, and it is Edgar, and he walks.
Filnyr
keeps
goes
walking.
from feeling sort of nostalgic and relieved to second guessing what he just saw.
Yeah, and
Edgar?
the shape moves away quickly, and then
Filnyr's going to sort of step after it a little bit.
yeah, it goes around a giant oak tree, and as you get to the oak tree, from the other side, out steps Havis Corvair.
Oh, not here. No. This is What are you doing here?
What am I doing here?
Well, this is not as they described it. This is not what I want.
What is it
Anyway.
you want? What is it you want from me? You destroyer of worlds.
I don't want to destroy worlds. I don't want you to destroy worlds. I want the people in this world to live and not be in danger of catastrophe from some megalomaniac like you.
That's really interesting coming from you, half-elf. And he blinks out. And you realize that he's taking you right to a clearing. And just on the other side of the trees, you look out and you see Littlefinger Lake. And you see Lakeshire just right next to it, as it is on this day, as it was the last time you were there. You are in the Gilbrain.
Oh, I've gone back into the. If I turn around, can I see where I've come from?
You see the open door
just
of your antechamber.
Okay, I'm gonna turn toward the door, and then look back over my shoulder and give a hard, heavy blink and kind of rub my eyes and see if it still feels real.
It still feels very real. The mossy rock, the stream, the trees, the clearing beyond.
And I'm going to go back through my antechamber door.
Okay. And he reappears, fellas.
Filnyr, you all right?
That was not what I wanted. That was. I thought I saw Edgar, and then Havis was there, confronted me, and I was by the lake, by Littlefinger Lake.
You were back in the regular Gilbrain?
It seemed so. I could find my way back here easily enough, but
Is the Gilbrain your antechamber?
we've never seen a door where I saw a door, but perhaps it is.
You've made yourself forget everything.
I wonder if I've...
He doesn't want to make whatever he wants anymore. Don't you understand that, wizard? That's what he always asked me for. Take it away. Don't let me know what I can do. Make it so no one can know what I can do. And so I have to do it to everyone in his antechamber. Time after time after time.
Paraso, I'm not asking for that.
You will. I guarantee you will. It happens every time.
But you said we've never been here before.
They have never been here before. No one has ever been here before but you.
How many times?
Oh, since I have been here, 6 times.
Fuck.
Can I tell you a secret?
Sure. I'm sure it will be wiped away if I ever ask for it to be done so.
There were never really Moonbrook elves.
What?
5 times ago. You made the Moonbrook elves. And then you brought humans.
I just created them.
Yes.
What, did I just snap my fingers?
I do not know how you do it. If I knew how you did it, I would make this in my own antechamber. I would find my own. I do not know how you did it.
Did I tell you why I did it?
You did. You said you were lonely.
I believe that.
Even these Even these old elves. They were conjured as old elves. Your Elspeth, your Griggly. They have never been young people.
They are.
Sorry, you just saw a bunch of quizzical looks.
Yeah. Both John and Sam
And,
did almost like a dog-like head
Yeah.
tilt, except it was more of a human head turned toward the microphone of going, I'm going to say something, and then not knowing what to say.
Of course,
they
you
said,
never believe me. You never believe me.
Griggly and Elspeth said Filnyr was their cook.
Yes. And he was. After he made them.
That makes no sense.
I'm-
How did he get in here? How is this realm possible?
Your guess is as good as mine.
I throw my hands up and I start walking in circles.
Uh,
I
ha-
thought I knew what.
I have a question for you, Perso.
Of course you do.
And truth is very important here because I've based many decisions on this. Is when Griggly and Elspeth were created, were they created to believe they were from a different realm? Or are there many realms contained within this reality?
I think that they came and they were stolen. I say he created them, but I think what he did was take them from another place and bring them here and convince them that they were something else.
You know they believe they have created this.
I know that they think they have created this, but how could I have been here before they created this? As I have been.
Griggly and Elspeth can mess with your mind.
So you have no more knowledge of what happens when we walk through that door than we do. And the world that Griggly and Elspeth have promised us may be nothing but an illusion.
All that I know is every piece of me believes that I must do what I must do to get through a door, very much like that. And for some reason that I do not understand, I believe Filnyr has made me a contract that when I complete it, I will be able to go through my own door, and I do not know when that is.
This is not going to do anything, but I'm going to
He
run
does
an
not
inside
even
check.
know. Yeah, I mean, it's a steel predator. It's really hard to know what the steel predator
I'm
is.
hoping to get a natural 20 on that, but I don't know.
I mean, 16 is good. I mean, from what you can tell, this creature is holding nothing back from you.
At a certain point, the metaphysics of this situation are beside the point. This world that we have grown up in, brother, this world that we have grown up in, it is a world, even if parts of it were created by Filnyr, I believe it has its own life, charts its own course. I believe we would know if he were directing anything that has happened to us in the past year.
I agree, but don't you see?
And as such, it deserves to be saved. I believe it will. It has many things threatening it. I believe it will have many more after we are gone. But there is one that is ours to resolve.
But what about Filnyr? Filnyr needs to be saved. I was hoping that once we got here, I could find a way to get him out of this. He's obviously tired. He obviously doesn't want this anymore. Why must he endure for eternity?
Well, you would rather kill him.
No, I do not want to kill him. I want to separate him from this. I thought I could find answers.
He is this. You may as well talk of separating him from his head.
I don't believe it.
Well,
Somehow
believe it
this
or
was
not,
done to him.
I will speak plainly. The only thing that is keeping me from walking through that door right now is that I have an obligation to kill Havis Corvair. And the sooner we do that, the better.
As soon as you say the name Havis Corvair, you feel a chill from Paraso. Like it is manifested emotion of fear.
Oh, you didn't like that one, did you?
No. I have
You
felt
know him.
Yes, of course. He wants to come here. He wants to kill it all. He wants to take the doors away from everyone.
And I trust by your tone, you would like that not to happen.
I know in my bones, as such as they are, that he brings an end to everything.
And is there anything you know of him that will help us kill him?
The key to this realm, the Robert Hark, it can be drained in two ways. One, someone goes through their door of ascension. Two, it can be struck on the sacrificial table on Robert's gift. And a flood of destruction comes out in the form of warriors and ghosts and spirits that wash over the land and kill everything within 50 miles.
Yes, let's not do that one. But do we have to drain this? Is that the only way to
That is
defeat
his
Havis
army.
Corvair?
Without his army, he is nothing.
I'm not
I
sure
say
I entirely
nothing.
believe that.
He is very scary. He is very scary, but he does not have an army of spirit.
Has nothing changed
what was the first option again?
to ascend?
Wait, with it or just anybody goes through a door and the Robert Hark's done?
Yep.
What?
You walk through the door with the Robert Hark and it drains?
No.
No,
You just
you
walk
leave.
through the door.
You just leave and it drains your ball.
I'm confused. We walk because I guess nobody's ever done this before. We walk out of the Gilbrain and the Robert and the Robert Hark is drained.
If we believe Paraso.
Or is it we walk out of the Robert Hark, ascend out of the Robert Hark, and then it's drained?
The Robert Hark is of this realm.
So if one person leaves this realm, the Robert Hark, starts its collection process all over again. All the souls within it are demolished. They disappear.
I like to think that they will be set free, but I do not know.
To go to their respective afterworlds.
But in a nice way as opposed to the other way.
I don't know.
I will be honest, I care not for his army one way or the other. This is personal, and he must be destroyed, army or no. It is your contention that with his army at his back, he is unstoppable.
He will come back again and again, as he has done many times before.
How many times have we squared off?
You and Havis Corvair?
Yes.
Never. You always run. He comes. He never gets here. He always gets some trinket, some bauble, something that makes him super powerful for a moment,
And then he fails.
and then he fails, taking countless thousands with him. And then he begins to find the souls again.
Gentlemen, we have to end him.
Well, I'm glad you're finally on board, Filnyr. I've only been saying it for the past 10 minutes. Where is he now? Is he in the Robert Hark?
Filnyr, you can feel him, can you not?
I mean, you can think of things you want. Can't you think of things you don't want? Go in there and think real hard about not having Havis Corvair around anymore.
Well, it would be a picnic for me in my antechamber, alone, without Havis Corvair, but I don't think that would actually solve the problem. I can't bring a lack of him out of the room, can I?
Mm.
I mean, I think we know where Havis is, and I think we have to go in and we have to deal with those dragons and leave that stupid crowbar behind.
I know where Havis is, but just so I know you know, why don't you say it out loud?
He's in the Robert Hark, which we have. I don't know what happens if we simply destroy the Robert Hark. I can reshape it.
You could make it so no one can ever open this door again. But what happens when someone becomes you?
What do you mean, becomes me? Finds the way in here.
You told me this. You said, when only one person remains, that person becomes the one who decides what the antechamber is.
Filnyr, did you experience an extinction within the Gilrain? Is that why you're in charge of it?
If I could remember, I would answer that question, but perhaps...
He must have. He must have.
Perhaps somehow... Well, no, that doesn't make sense. If Havis took thousands with him and left only one alive, it would be him. It would not be me.
But maybe you precede Havis? Did you create Havis?
I can't imagine that I would have. But I...
Can you imagine that you created any of this, Filnyr?
No, I was just about to say, I can't imagine that I've had the power to make any of this, to make people, to make a society, to make systems that allow people to live both in harmony and in complete division.
Let me ask you a question. Master Wizard, what did you make in your room?
Gold, riches. It's really quite trivial. I could have done a lot better.
What does it take to stack up gold in a room?
I don't know what you mean. It was very simple.
It doesn't stack itself. Is that what you mean?
Why don't you go into your antechamber and see if someone is stacking?
All right, I'm going to draw the door. I'm going to open it.
All right, so you walk inside and it's exactly as it was before. Gold everywhere. It has grown since you left.
Can I ritually cast detect magic?
Sure. It's going to take 10 minutes.
It's going to take 10 minutes.
I mean, come on, man.
So
It's just going to leave us hanging out here.
So there's no magic here.
You think this is all natural?
There's no magic here.
Well,
no
You're not
magic.
detecting any magic except for on your own person.
But I don't see like anything invisible flying around stacking things or...
No. And as you're casting this thing, you hear something in the stacks of gold, and a very small man steps out and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know anyone was here.
Who are you?
Keeper of the coin."
Keeper of the coin? I just created this coin. I didn't create you.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Are you feeling all right, sir?
Come with me.
Oh,
And I
no
open my
can
door
do.
and I usher him out. You cannot come and join me out here?
I will not go anywhere with a man such as you. You better get out of this bank vault. How did you even get in here?
What on earth are you talking about? Where are you? Where do you think we are?
Please say Gringotts. Please say Gringotts.
And then he looks at you quizzically and he says, I don't rightly know where I am. Why don't I know where I am?
Oh no. I just walk out. I say, Periso, if I create something in this room, am I stealing it from somewhere else?
I do not know.
There was a very small man, and he was telling me to get out of the bank vault. And I asked him where he thought we were, and he said he did not know.
You
He did
should
not
have
know how
told
he got
him.
there.
You should
I
have
should have-
told him
I should have told him.
where he was.
Does the man not know where he
Oh.
came from and how he got there if he was working?
He seemed to have a
can't
purpose.
believe that I have had a part in giving my egomaniacal brother the power of a god.
Is that it then? Does this room make us all gods of a sort?
It is very likely, yes.
If I walk into my antechamber, which you say is the Gilbrain, and if the Gilbrain is my antechamber, how is it that I have been struck down so many times? How is it that I'm not just decided that I am impervious to harm with the creations of mine trying to toy with me?
Your guess is as good as mine, except that I can say you want to be mortal. And you have been afraid to go through your door.
I still am. That much is true. Gentlemen, I think I need some time to process what we've discovered, and I think a big step in my journey is removing Havis from this equation. Whether I created him or not at this point is irrelevant, I think.
I want to be very clear with both of you. I care not for your journeys. We have an alliance of convenience. It has taken me farther than I ever thought it would, I will admit. And our alliance continues so long as Havis Corvair is alive. Beyond that, what you want, what meaning you take from this, where you choose to go after that, is not my concern or care.
You care not for your brother's well-being.
He cares enough for both of us.
Schnobik.
I am leaving, brother. I have one more item on my list. I have checked it twice.
What about Bezlith?
Leave Bezlith to me.
Periso, have I ever explained to you how I've brought someone here, or have I ever mentioned bringing someone back?
You have explained to me that this place needs only a spark. And then it grows on its own. You are the seed.
Yes, that seems like a better metaphor than a spark.
But I do not know why you cannot feel the power that you have here.
Well, as you said, you have made me forget 6 times. Perhaps the 6th
Well,
time
you
was
have-
the charm.
You have asked me to make you go forward. And that is one of the few things that I know how to do. If you keep walking forward, you will shape your antechamber into something something of a familiar place and state. It is a way of almost restarting.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Yes. Something like that.
One last thing before I take my leave. Do you know how to get an army into the Robert Hawk? Aside from killing the entire army or whatnot.
Perhaps that is something you should do in your antechamber before it spins wildly out of your control.
Could I... Let's say that this antechamber is now a giant vault. Can I close that off and create an entire another room?
No. You have ascended. You cannot... You cannot forget about your children.
Well, no, I want to still access that room, but let's say I want another room to hold an army. Let's say I close that room off. I could still have the door. I have another door that walks me to an army that I have. I get myself into the Robert Hawk. I open the door. The army comes out.
Who do you think you are?
I think I am Ionus.
You think you're some kind of Filnyr?
I'm a desperate man looking
you
for
must
ways
use-
to save this
You
realm.
you must use your mind. I'm sure that you can figure this out.
Well, I shall.
You are perhaps the most powerful creature that has ever walked Gilbrain.
Sorry, that was a loud scoff from Schnobik in the background.
You are close to being able to do the thing that these antechambers do themselves, just from reading things. We know who you are.
Well, you seem to hold me in a very high regard, higher than I even hold myself. But I will think on it. I do know
It
that I
was
can
not
figure
a
this out.
compliment.
Thank you. You're not my favorite person either.
You're not welcome.
So, I mean, I have an idea, but I don't necessarily want to do it here. I think we have gotten all we can from this thing. We should return to Lakeshire and plan our moment.
Do we want Lakeshire or Lake and Hearth?
I believe Lakeshire will be a more convenient place to call the banners.
Yes, but we have a powerful item that I would like to check on.
Well, by all means, then.
Well, then I shall. And I begin walking backwards. I'm heading to Lake and Hearth.
And Filnyr, you know that you can let people into your antechamber who are from your antechamber.
Okay.
And you can open that door anywhere inside your antechamber. And as he is walking backwards, this is the epiphany that you have, is remembering how to use these strings, these contrails that you created.
To have him pop out where he said he wants to pop out.
Yes.
So I can just mechanically, I'll just tell you that if I wanted Ionus to appear in Lake and Hearth, he would just appear in Lake and Hearth.
He would need to walk through a door that you create.
Got it.
That's insane.
Yes, well, I will follow after then, I suppose, as I've done all my life.
Let us go to Lake and Hearth and rally what support we can and take it to Lakeshire. Well, we can gather more support there. Despo may have dealt with those Gith that were there. I don't expect that should delay us long if there's anything to deal with, and then we will rally and be ready for Havis.
God saw those worries we had before we started all this. It seems like forever ago.
It does.
So you're going to make a door? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
I will think and make a door that puts us basically on the teleportation circle near Lake and Hearth.
Ah,
Or in
smart.
Lake and Hearth.
Yeah. So you open the door to your antechamber, and there at your feet are the teleportation uh, uh, runes, and you're standing on it in Lakeshire, right? That's what you said.
Lake and Hearth.
Is it
Lake and Hearth. Yeah, and just outside of Lake and Hearth, and you can hear hammer on nail. You can hear wood and stone being dragged nearby, and the fortifications and the lifting of Lakeshire is underway. I mean, they haven't gotten very far, but you're just out there where they're building basically the new Lake and Hearth, and one of the dwarves sees you and says, "Oh, I'll never get used to that. Welcome back."
Thank you. All's well here, I hope, while we were gone.
Sorry, I was talking to the wizard.
Yes,
And I'm
thank
speaking to you.
Yes, all was well here while I was gone.
And by the way, you may assume that any of the three of us hold the same weight of my voice.
But not really, right?
No, really. When Filnyr speaks to
Okay.
you, imagine you are speaking directly to me.
Apologies, Master Chef. And
No apologies necessary.
too kind, too kind. Onward. Then we need to. We're bringing stone. We're bringing stone. And
Yes.
they continue moving.
Keep up the mediocre work. Keep going.
He heard that.
Yes, it was intended.
All right. So you get to the front, where the two towers are, the two watchtowers are for the southern part of Lake and Hearth, and you hear, "Oi, is that you? You back?" And it's Rollo.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it from the oi.
"Oi, Rollo's here." Man of 1,000 voices.
I was like, that was a terrible Rolo.
That was a terrible Rollo. And Rollo says, "Oh, open the gates. Just kidding. Come on in. Hold your fire." And a couple of people are sort of milling about in the square. And last time you were here, Schnobik, charmed half the people with his sort of vampiric charm, and some of them are on the square now, and they're looking really suspicious. Like, wait a second, something is different about these guys. In particular, that one. Daytime, I'm assuming you don't have your white mask on.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Your skin is more supple. You look younger. And you see someone run into the windmill, which is your home.
I was like, and hurt themselves?
No, they open the door and they run in, and you hear him say, "Florna King," and out comes Florin, and he goes, "Oh my God, you guys are back! We were taking bets. Someone said you're going to Hark City to trying to kill the king, and well, we're just glad to see you back here. Welcome back."
Oh my God, Ionus. And I give him like a knowing look.
You see a single tear going down Ionis' face. This is yes, yes, Florn. How long have we been gone?
Well, I'm trying to think here. We were together in Lakeshire, 4 or 5 days ago.
And you were worried already.
Listen, you guys have done more in 2 or 3 days than anyone I've ever heard of does in a lifetime.
Yes, but Hawk City is not exactly nearby.
Oh, come on now. I know you know how to travel fast.
Some places are easier to get into and out of than others. Are you well?
Well, let me just put it this way. I'm not sure mayoral duties look as good on me as they used to. We have a lot of outsiders now, and that's fine. But I do find that sort of the local Lake and Harthers we're all feeling a little bit pushed out. If I'm totally honest with you. Dwarves over there. There's a little town that's sprung up. There's more people over there in the work camp today than there have ever been in Lake and Hearth.
Congratulations on the boom.
Well, I guess.
Does it not mean more success for the town? Are you not selling more merchandise and turning over more customers?
I suppose so. It's things are
Collecting
different.
more taxes.
Well, we haven't started collecting taxes, as you know.
Flawn, have you learned nothing about how government works?
I mean, it's once a year we collect taxes, as you know.
I suppose you'll have to this better last, or you will miss your window.
Indeed.
Well, I'm not missing my window.
Either way.
Well,
We
then
are
who
here.
knows? Who knows? Depending on what happens with Lakeshire, depending on what happens in the future, there may be more space for everyone. You never know.
We may be able to avoid the impending flood entirely. But
Well, we have
We
spent
will-
a lot of money and time and
yes, well,
lives,
yes,
as you know,
Yes.
preparing for this.
yes. And I hope those preparations are not in vain. But better to be ready and not need it than to not be ready and wish you had it.
Yeah, well, it's just good to see y'all. That's all.
You too.
You too.
I go heading toward the windmill. Is he in the windmill?
He just came out of it. Yeah.
I just walk in.
Yeah. Papers everywhere. He has clearly taken this back over as the office of the mayor. your things, if you see them, are like pushed to the side. There are books inside the open oven that was there that Filnyr used last time. The stove, the wood stove. He has totally taken over this space in a very short period of time. And
All I can imagine is like the empty nester that's converted their kid's room after like a week of college.
That's it.
Right,
That's totally it. And
Couldn't wait to do that.
and he says, "Oh man, I totally forgot. I figured out some stuff about that big old stone you guys were carrying around all that time.
Oh, what did you figure out?
It's got a lot of power in it. And
Yes.
let me show you. Come on over here. And yeah, so he's got one of these like a globe holders type thing. It allows it to spin a little bit.
Mhm.
And he says, "All right, here's the thing. I understand. You know how you killed that slod in town with the force missiles that you fired out at it, and it was like way more powerful than it should have been.
Sure.
Okay, I know you did that, and I know you've been studying a long time to get to be able to do that. But I found that I can. Here. I'm gonna show you. Touch this stone,
I touch it.
and all right. Now, I want you to think about the most powerful thing you've ever held in your hand before.
Okay.
What is that?
If it's his own dick, I will be very disappointed.
It's obviously
All right,
it's obviously that wand that I got from the Giving Tree.
Okay. All right. He's like, all right, now I want you to imagine how you feel when you're holding that wand. And I want you to cast a spell over there against that wall. Well, it doesn't matter what, just anything.
I just cast Firebolt.
Yeah. Firebolt, it's not multiple rays, right? It's just like
Just
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you fire this thing and you feel out of your hand it's overchanneled.
Wow.
And he says, I don't know how all this power goes through here, but like what I do is I just imagine that there's a person in there and I'm just choking them out. And as I choke them out, I see the thing coming out of my hand. Does that make sense?
No.
I'm sure it does to you.
That's magic runs weird through me, I guess.
I've noticed it's a little different with you than it is with me, but it seems effective.
Did I ever tell you my mom used to cast spells?
You've never told me about your mother.
Huh. Yeah, well, she did.
Sounds like she was lovely. Get somewhere else in the room.
So I am going to go into I sort of step away, discreetly,
Yeah.
as Schnobik is wont to do. And I step into my antechamber.
Okay. Nothing really different about it than there was before.
And I am going to think really hard that what I really want is a scroll with a spell on it that I can cast that will take everyone of my choosing within a quarter mile into the Robert Hark.
Okay. Cool.
And a second scroll that will do the same thing, taking us back to the Gilbrain.
Okay. All right. What I want you to do now is I want you to.
Tom's broken the game.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine.
This is
I want you to roll a d20 for me.
okay.
And if you roll under a 15, it's going to create a person who makes these scrolls for you.
Okay. 4.
Yeah. All right. This woman, she's a gnome. She comes out and says, "Huh. They told me you'd be waiting here for me. And here you are. Do you have my money?"
How much did we agree upon?
"Huh. I don't rightly remember. How much did we agree upon?"
I believe it was 10 gold per scroll. And I also imagine that I have that in my pocket. I probably have that in my pocket.
10
Regardless.
gold per scroll. That seems very little. This scroll took me 7 years to write.
Yes, well, gold is very valuable. Do you remember striking a different bargain? If not, clam
No.
up and hand it over.
No, I suppose. I suppose not. Very, very, very well. I think they were wrong about you. And she hands you the scroll.
Yes, who was
scrolls.
wrong about me? Who was talking about
I
me?
don't remember.
Yes, well.
But they were.
I hope you've remembered how to write a decent scroll.
Oh no. We are
Does it go
bad
well?
gods.
Does she give them to me?
She gives them to you. It's a scroll of mass teleport. It is a 9th level spell. And while you can cast it, you definitely sense that it will not be easy to cast it.
Well, I thought I'd requested scrolls that would be easy for me to cast.
I'm sorry you requested scrolls that you could cast. And you can.
So when I say I
Dick.
sense it won't be easy, is it that it will take a long time to do it, or is it that there's a chance of catastrophic failure?
Aren't there rules about spells that are higher level than what you normally cast?
You have to make an intelligence, or whatever your
Check.
spellcasting ability is. You have to make an intelligence check
Yeah.
or charisma or whatever. But Schnobik, your intelligence for
Yeah.
spellcasting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you go to cast it, if you fail the check, I believe the scroll goes away without
Anything happening?
anything
Right.
happening.
Right.
Yeah. But you have it.
Okay. All right. I
You have 2 of them.
hold on a second. Now I'm worried about anything I say. If I'm like, oh, I want a nice writing desk in the corner, he's like, a small carpenter comes out of a hole in the wall. He says, "Oi, mister, I chopped this up just like you wanted." So I'm gonna have a nice little fireplace in the corner, a little writing desk, and a comfortable bed.
Okay.
Can I envision all of those
Yeah.
things?
Yeah.
All right.
It
And then
fits
I
in the
say-
it's an item and it fits inside of the room.
I
How
say,
nice is the bed? Wait, how nice is the bed?
It's simple, but feather mattress.
It's something that you could tuck your own self in, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't need a little man to come out.
Yes. I'm not sure I could get all these clothes off by myself, but yeah.
And your room has not expanded very much, and the woman just turns away from you and stands in the corner.
And I say, write and rest as you wish. I will return. And then I leave the antechamber.
Okay, you're bringing the scrolls with you?
Yeah, I'm bringing
Yeah.
the fucking scrolls with me.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right.
All right.
All right.
I do not want to tell Ionus how. Well, we'll see. I feel like not me as a player, Schnobik as a character feels very strongly that the only thing keeping us from disaster right now is that Ionus hasn't figured out everything he can do with his room.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's actually true. Yeah.
It's slowly happening.
And so I come back to where Ionus and Filnyr were.
Okay.
What has been decided? Have you two just been messing about while I was gone?
Florin was talking. We were listening.
Well, while you were chit-chatting, I have found a way to get an army into the Robert Hark and then out again.
Have you?
Yes. I hold up the 2 scrolls. I hand one to Ionus. It is not easy for me to admit when you are better at something than I am. But I believe this magic may call for your special touch. Read it.
I look it over. I said, "You got this. You got this out of your
quietly.
room.
We're not ready. I'm just kidding.
You got this out of your room."
And if I had been smarter, I would have also included some really like scathing personal insults that Ionus would have to read out loud as an integral part of the spell.
No, I think that's probably already happened, and so and Ionis, here's the deal.
Like that gnome, she knew what I wanted.
Yeah. When you cast this, you have to. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what you have to say, but you got to make it good.
Well, and I look at it and I'm impressed and surprised. But then I look
and
at
you can
Filnyr.
feel the power radiating off of it.
I look at Filnyr and I
Like
say,
he knows it'll get the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is awesome.
And you for
I'd say
sure have
enough-
none of you do not have this spell in your book from Omn.
It's like something I've never even seen before.
Never
I didn't know
heard
I could
of.
do this.
Yeah.
But Filnyr, you got us here.
Yes.
Could you not just get us anywhere?
I suppose I could.
If the three of us go back and get into the Robert Hawk, could you not open a door to a waiting army?
If I remember the way Periso explained it, I could take anyone from. Or wait, no, this was like an epiphany, right? So
Yeah.
if my intuition is correct, the way that I can do this is anyone. I can allow anyone from the Guild Brain into my antechamber, and my antechamber can be anywhere within the Guild Brain.
But not to the Robert Hawk?
Meaning I can move large groups of people. It was created here, so it's entirely possible. Tom, do I know the answer to that?
I think you'd want to try it out. I think that's
okay. I was going to say, my understanding of the metaphysics of the situation is that the Robert Hawk is valuable and powerful specifically because it is not part of the Guild Brain.
That's correct.
Right.
That's correct. But you could try. It just you won't get in.
And then I don't know. We don't.
Okay,
we don't
so
know.
go ahead and try, Tim.
But presumably we can open the antechamber from somewhere else to get back to the Guild Brain.
Yes, that is true.
So, I believe I could get us home from there, but I do not know if I could get us to the plane that exists within the Robert Hawk. It is not technically the Guild Brain.
All right. Well, it's good
I
to
also
have.
want to be. Sorry, I want to be clear that I gave Ionus one scroll.
One
Yeah.
scroll. That's right.
Which one?
I mean, in theory, I guess they're both sort of
They're the
copies
same-
of the same thing.
Yeah, same spell. We just
Right.
say a different thing.
because it's just determining the different destination.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it's good to have options, Filnyr. It's good to have options. Backup plans in case things go wrong.
Well, if you can get us in, Ionus, then hopefully Filnyr can get us out.
And Schnobik has given me an idea that I'll try later as well.
Ionus, I can see the wheels turning in your head. The use of these antechambers may have grave consequences.
I'm beginning to see that.
And I sort of wave generally in Filnyr's direction. I believe it would be dreadfully easy to end up as this one has.
Agreed. However, can't hurt to try one or two more times. I've been while Schnobik was doing that, I've also been looking for Stefania and Felipe because they were supposed to be guarding this place.
All right, before he walks off, I put a hand on his shoulder. I say, Ionus, everything we do here is because we believe these lives have value, regardless of how they were created. Yes?
Yes, although I'm starting to lose a grip on that. But yes.
I give him a little slap on the face. Get a grip, Ionus.
Yes, thank
These
you.
are
Thank you.
lives. These are lives like ours. Regardless of how they came into being, they have now become things of their own, beyond the control of their creator. That is of value, yes. That is what we fight to preserve.
That
It's
is
supposed
why
to
I
be.
care about the gill brain.
Every additional life we may create, whether by accident or not, we are responsible for. I will leave you with that. Then I turn and walk off.
Flawn, while they go about their business, we are doing our best to protect the realm, protect everything that exists here in attempts to stave off this flood.
You don't say.
We could use whatever fighting forces you have, not immediately, but very soon, because there is a threat that will need more than the three of us can handle on our own.
When and where, and I'll take care of it. I think you know that what was left of the Adaran army is now ours,
Yes.
and what was left of the Hark army that didn't run off, they're good soldiers. They're basically ours now too.
I'm guessing I don't see Ionus anymore. Like, Ionus, did you hear that? There are no armies to fight anymore. The valley is essentially united by lack of military prowess on both sides.
Well, I suppose every war must end.
Now we just have to deal with this.
Zing!
Only took 95 episodes
We've
to
been
get there,
waiting
baby.
95 episodes.
I will let you know the schedule as soon as I know. It will not be long, so I suggest you get everybody rested, fed, and rations sorted so that they may be distributed on a moment's notice.
I
We
can
will
do
be
that.
traveling between planes.
I just want to let you know. Between planes? What?
The enemy has found a way to hide elsewhere, and we have found a way to get to him.
Oh my goodness. Well, I guess it's a first time for everything.
Yes, the important part will be to make sure that your men and women and all the fighters that you bring eat before they go, do not eat upon arrival, and that will spare their lives, even if they fall.
I can do it. I'll take
Good.
care of it.
Good.
So,
Well.
there's just one thing. I know this rock is important to you for some reason.
Yes.
I'm not going into that other realm without it.
You want to take the rock with us.
I've seen you struggle to pick it up. But watch this. And he reaches over. You know, he's skinny. He's a skinny little thing.
Right.
He tosses the thing up. It's light as a feather for him. He says, "How could I do this if this thing wasn't made for me?"
I'm not so sure you want that to be made for you. May I? And I'll put my hands out in a gesture for him to put it down.
Yep, sure. And he puts it back in the hold.
And I try to lift it.
Yeah, it's super heavy. It's like crazy heavy for you. It's as it always has been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure it hadn't lightened. That is impressive. I will speak with Ionus and Schnobik about whether bringing this with us is safe. Its contents, so to speak, are precious and do you know what it holds?
I do. Pure power.
Do you know the form of that power?
Force. I don't know. I've only shot magic missiles out of it.
It is.
And I also did a what does Ionus call it? It's like a short leap. You materialize nearby.
Misty Step.
Yes.
Huh.
How far can Ionus do it?
About 30 feet, if I recall, but I don't rightly know.
Watch this. And he grabs the ball, like stone, touches your shoulder, and teleports to Lakeshire.
What the fuck?
Yeah. What I'm telling you is this thing is made for me. And then he touches your shoulder again, and you're back into the thing. He says, I swear to you, I just did that with 2 second-level spells.
Well, keep
That is
figuring out what else you can do with it. But keeping it safe will be important, and it is not small. It is not easy to hide.
There's no need to hide it. I just hold it in my hand, and he holds it up like a.
He's palming it like
He's
Jordan.
palming it like yes, yes.
Sticks his tongue out.
Yeah.
Well, as I said, I will speak with Ionus. Hopefully it can confer you some further skills. One day we may run into someone named Willem, and there may be quite a battle over that stone. I might need you for that as well.
Interesting. And could you tell me what you know about this stone?
Do you remember Abel?
Oh, sure.
He referred to it as the Godstone.
I understand that.
And within it, a god named Grumsh was held, until a point where Grumsh escaped. And for a god to escape, another god has to be put within.
Huh. So you think I'm bleeding a god dry when I cast these spells?
I imagine it's not quite that straightforward. But if my understanding is correct, then Tempest is within it.
Oh.
And
Oh.
quite possibly it may have a connection to Abel, which is why Ionus and I have protected it thus far.
Huh.
We have kept it from prying hands and prying eyes and not mentioned it outside of this room.
Well, I haven't mentioned it to anybody either. I have been playing with it a lot.
I know Abel was fond of you, so perhaps there's something to it.
All right. So at this point, you've got 2 scrolls to get in and out. Filnyr can get you out for sure using his antechamber door. Ionus is working on something. Are you going back in your antechamber?
Well, I wanted to find Felipe and Stefania first. Florence shouldn't have been able to grab the Godstone.
Let's do that quickly. All right.
I look around town. I ask around.
They're
in
drinking.
Town?
They're drinking at the bar. Yeah, for sure.
Say, hold there, Stefania, Felipe.
Oh, Ionus. Is that Felipe? Ionus.
Sure,
Second
if
one was
1,000
better.
voices can't keep track of which one goes to which. It's number 997, not 998.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Felipe
we
Madamba.
we told you to look after.
I always gotta say his
the
name.
Godstone.
There
to
you go.
remember.
We told you to look after our things in the windmill, and we get back here, and Florence taking the whole thing over.
That kid, he's got ideas that he's in charge around here.
Well, I mean, we left him somewhat in charge, but we left you in charge of our things, including the stone, and Florence is just playing with it as if it's a ball.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Florin is kind of scary. Not that you're not scary, but he's got a little bit of an edge to him. No one's been in that windmill except for him for 4 or 5 days now.
Did he kick you out?
Oh, you could say that. You could say that. He told me he'd blast through my gut if I stayed in that room one more second. And then he said 1, and he blasted the door, and then the door suddenly reappeared as though nothing happened to it.
What on earth?
And
Are you
Stefania
all right?
says, yes, it was quite something. He is quite the powerful sorcerer, if I've ever seen one. You did good. He said he is your student. Or no, that's not what he said. He said he is what you made him.
I don't like what she said very much. I say, all right. But you're fine. He put you up. He's taking care of you.
Fine.
Did he say
But then
anything
respect
else?
him. He didn't say anything, no. He said, get out.
Thank you. And I give them the handful of gold that I took out of the room. I just put it on the table. Thank you for your trouble.
All right.
And then I go back to I just find an alleyway out of the way that nobody can see me.
All right.
And then I draw a I don't. I'm just going to head back to the windmill.
All right.
And because I need to get some rest because Cutchin's going to die.
Oh, man. Oh, right. Cutchin's in that demiplane.
Yeah,
That was the realization that I was trying to confer earlier. I think John got it.
Yeah.
Of the like, oh, you killed the King of Hark, and we were like, oh,
Yep.
fuck, the King of Hark, but without actually saying a word.
So
Spot on, John.
yeah. So so you head back to your sleeping area. He has not taken over the place where you slept. Obviously there's still a coffin down in the hallway between his library and the windmill. There's still Abel's hammock is still stretched there. I think someone had the top floor. Was that Ionus?
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. So all of that's there. The only person whose like quarters are really fucked up is Filnyr, because you were sleeping by the kitchen, and that has now just been totally taken over by papers of spilling things out from the library.
That's fine.
But
Filnyr will take the hammock.
yeah. So you all need your sleep, and you really need it because you also have just gone another level.
Oh my
What?
god!
And you are now
Well, wait.
Yeah.
Before
level
we go
17.
to sleep. Okay, I don't want to step on the moment here.
Yeah.
I do have one more quick thing that I
Okay.
want to do.
Tell me.
I would like to call Bezlith Luatil to my hand.
Okay. She does not appear.
No, you cannot. No soup for you.
So that means she is not on this plane.
She's not on this plane.
And she was not on whatever plane was represented by the Ascension room.
That's correct.
Where else could she be?
I
Fuck.
can tell you where you can call her.
Inside the Robert Hark?
Nope.
Probably inside your antechamber.
Inside your antechamber.
But well,
Yeah. No. It's a big butt.
yeah. Is
You
that
cannot lie.
is that the real Bezlith Luatil, or is it the one as I wish her to be?
It's the one you want.
That
Yeah.
is a real question that you're going to have to fool off with in the bonus episode.
Mhm.
But that's where we're going to end this episode
Whew.
of Everyone
Damn.
Must End, the Dungeon Dads podcast, episode 95. In the can, fellas.
Yes, it is.
Whew.
The proverbial can.
Yes.
Wow. Level 17, 9th level spells.
Oh, that's right. That's when you get those, right? Now you can actually cast this scroll.
that scroll. No problem.
No problem for
Hey.
the skull. We got it.
Filnyr,
Wait a sec. Oh, yeah.
Does Filnyr, do you get 9th level?
Well, so I have a
Mystic
level
Arcana?
of sorcerer, if you recall.
Oh,
So
right.
I will have to choose if I go warlock or sorcerer again.
Yeah, the 9th level warlock spells are not as good.
No, which is
Yeah.
part of the draw to going sorcerer and getting
Yeah.
the second level spells, which seems weird to be coveting at this point. But just having the choice in levels for what you want to use and all that
Yep.
kind of stuff, and just
Yep.
the added spell slots and some meta magic and all of those things.
I think it's cool.
All right, bonus time.
Cool. Bonus time. Come
Get on
back,
the
everybody.
Patreon if you're not already. Come on.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's only
baby.
been 95 episodes of complimentary enjoyment.
Can you
What's a few
imagine
bucks a
someone
month?
who's gotten to episode 95 and is like, I've never wanted to listen to the bonus episodes before now.
But now
Yeah,
with
right.
that
know
said,
what?
I'm definitely doing it.
Yeah. Right.
Guys, they're worth it. Trust
yeah,
me.
They're really fun.
Absolutely.
They're fun. All right,
Listen,
everyone.
it supports
toodaloo.
the show. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah.
the big. That's the big thing.
That's the other thing. I mean, listen, I don't take any of this to mean I don't love our listeners, each and every one. But if you've gotten 200 hours of enjoyment from us, throw us a bone, man.
Right.
Yeah, man.
In the words of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, we love all of you.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Snow Hey-O.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
In
going
the words of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, suck my kiss.
Sitting on a sack of beans.
Toodaloo.
All the way
More
to
of
New
that.
Orleans.
And to Patreon. Toodaloo. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.